Lagonda 3-liter Mark I Drophead Coupe by Tickford 1954. This 1954 Lagonda 3-liter is one of approximately 20 examples built and is clothed in Tickford Drophead Coupe aluminum bodywork. Chassis pounds/290/49 was completed on July 8, 1954, before being delivered to its first owner on July 24, 1954, in Newbury, England. It passed through several subsequent stewards before undergoing a refurbishment in the 1990s. The car was relocated to Portugal in 1998 and received a repaint in its current shade of light blue before being purchased in Lisbon in 2017 by the seller, who imported it to the US. Power is provided by a 2,922cc Dock inline 6 that breathes through twin-Sue carburetors and is mated to a floor-shifted 4-speed manual transmission. Additional equipment includes hydraulic drums, brakes with inboard mounted rear units, 4-wheel independent suspension with a rear swing axle, 16 body color steel wheels, an integrated jacking system, and a 3-position beige convertible top. Work under the seller's ownership has included recoloring of the interior leather upholstery in the factory shade of beige, replacement of the carpeting, and the addition of an air conditioning system, an alternator, an oil cooler, a Moto trimmed steering wheel, and a retro sound radio. This 3-liter Lagonda is now offered with copies of its factory build sheet and service log, a British Motor Industry Heritage Trust certificate, invoices and correspondence dating back to 1954, a collection of removed parts, and a clean Florida title in the seller's name. The 3-liter model debuted in September 1953 as the second model produced by Lagonda after the company's acquisition by David Brown and absorption into Aston Martin's operations. While sharing its cruciform chassis with the outgoing 2.6-liter, the 3-liter introduced a larger displacement engine along with lower and wider coachwork constructed by Newport Pagnell coach builder Tickford. The model shared powertrain and suspension components with the contemporary Aston Martin DB24 and was initially available in either fixed-roof or Drophead Coupe configurations, which were later joined by a 4-door saloon. Originally finished in sapphire blue, the car's aluminum bodywork is said to have been repainted in the Ferrari shade Avio Metallic in 1998. Imperfections in the finish are shown up close in the photo gallery below. Features include rear-hinged doors, fender-mounted side mirrors, Lucas PF 770 headlights, bumper-mounted fog lights, trafficators, and dual vents integrated below teardrop contours flanking a vertically slatted grille that was replated in 2018. Front and rear turn signals have been added. The beige convertible top can be positioned as fully open, fully closed, or covering the rear seats only. Body color wheels wear bright hubcaps and beauty rings and were mounted with 6.0016 Michelin Pilot-X tires in 2018. Stopping is handled by Lockheed hydraulic drum brakes with the rear units mounted inboard, while steering is via rack and pinion. The cabin is trimmed in beige leather over the front bucket seats, rear bench, and door panels. The upholstery is said to have been stripped of its coloring before the filling of various cracks with furniture clinic filler and a redye in beige in 2018. Replacement beige carpeting was also fitted at that time along with a matching replacement boot over the floor shifter. Features include light blue front shoulder belts, adjustable armrest on the door panels, roll-up windows, a lockable glove box, and a fold-down rear armrest. An air conditioning system was added by the seller and features a vent hidden behind the dash-mounted ashtray cover and 2 vents beneath the dash. The air conditioning evaporator is said to have been installed in the factory heater housing in the engine bay, while a heater has been added in the front footwell. The Moto trimmed steering wheel was added by the seller and sits at the right-hand side of a burlwood dash fascia that is complemented by matching door caps. Smith's instrumentation includes a 120 mph speedometer with an inset clock, a reverse sweep 6K RPM tachometer, and a combination gauge monitoring oil pressure, amperage, coolant temperature, and fuel level. The 5-digit odometer shows 12K miles, 1,200 of which have been added by the seller. Steering column mounted gauges monitoring oil temperature and voltage were added by the seller. as was a retrosound radio with Bluetooth and USB connectivity. The 2,922cc inline 6 was a larger evolution of the W.O. Bentley designed power plant that debuted in the Lagonda 2.6 liter and was factory rated at 140 horsepower at 5k RPM. Features include a 4-bearing crankshaft, dual overhead camshafts driven by a duplex chain with hydraulic tensioners, and twin-Sue carburetors. The engine is said to have been overhauled in 1973. While a service following the seller's purchase in 2018 reportedly included fluid changes, replacement of the V-belt, and various electrical repairs. Modifications made under current ownership included the installation of an oil cooler, a spin-on oil filter, a dynalite alternator with the appearance of a dynamo, a coolant booster pump, and an electric cooling fan. An oil change was performed in November 2022, and an oil leak is said to have been repaired in preparation for the sale. Power is sent to the rear wheels via 4-speed manual transmission. Independent suspension comprises coil-sprung double wishbones up front and a torsion bar rear swing axle arrangement, while double-acting lever arm shock absorbers are utilized all around. Engine number VB6H/138 is shown stamped on the block above, matching the number listed on the factory build sheet and the ME certificate. The factory build sheet lists the original colors and component numbers as well as delivery to a Mrs. E. Seagrave in Newbury, Berkshire. A factory service log shown in the gallery covers dates through 1956 and details body repairs to the fenders. The ME certificate and technical data sheet are also included, along with an ownership log and a sample of correspondence and invoices from a collection of documentation that dates back to 1954. A collection of removed and spare parts also accompanies the car.